Evliya Çelebi, a 17th century traveler, says in his travel book, Istanbul has no equivalent on earth. Pages would not be enough to describe this truly unique ancient city, and days would not be enough to visit it. Therefore, we wanted to list a list of places to visit in Istanbul, the 10 best places. Istanbul, which stretches like a bridge between the Asian and European continents, also carries the different cultures of these two continents. Istanbul is an attractive city with its rich art life as well as its historical, cultural and natural beauties. It is flooded with visitors from all over the country with concerts, festivals, theater and film screenings. How about discovering the 10 best places on the list of places to visit in Istanbul? Our first address is Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia is at the top of our list of places to visit in Istanbul. Hagia Sophia is one of the most magnificent and most visited structures on the historical peninsula. The historical peninsula is the oldest part of Istanbul, surrounded by the Golden Horn, the Bosphorus and the Sea of Marmara. It is also the place with the largest share of cultural heritage. Hagia Sophia was built in 537 by the order of the Byzantine Emperor Justinian. Hagia Sophia, which was considered the largest church in the world for nearly 1,000 years, was converted into a mosque in 1453 when Fatih Sultan Mehmet conquered Istanbul. The building, which was converted into a museum by the order of Ataturk in 1935, was reopened as a mosque in 2020. Hagia Sophia greets visitors to the historical peninsula with its sparkling mosaics and magnificent dome. Our second address is Sultanahmet Mosque and Square. One of the must-see places among the best places to visit in Istanbul is Sultanahmet Mosque and Sultanahmet Square. Sultanahmet Mosque, located right across from Hagia Sophia, was built in 1616 by architect Sedefkar Mehmet Aga. With its magnificent dome and 6 minarets, the Sultanahmet Mosque is also known as the Blue Mosque. The feature that gives the mosque its blue title is its walls covered with blue and white Iznik tiles and the reflections of light from the windows, some of which have blue stained glass, spreading the blue tones. Sultanahmet Square has been an important square of the city throughout history. The square, which was the hippodrome during the Byzantine period, was called At-Meidani during the Ottoman Empire. Sultanahmet Square is a size that one day will never be enough with its cultural and touristic values. While you are already visiting Sultanahmet Square, you can also visit the Turkish and Islamic Arts Museum, the knitted obelisk, the serpent column, the obelisk and the German fountain nearby. Our third address is the Maiden's Tower. When it comes to places to visit in Istanbul, it is among the must-sees. It is located off the coast of Salakak, near the Marmara Sea of the Bosphorus. It was built on a small island. There are many legends about the Maiden's Tower, one of the important symbols of Istanbul. The most famous of these is the legend of Hera and Leandros in ancient Greek legends. Uzrahab mentions in her mythology dictionary that the legend of Hero and Leandros actually took place in the Dardanelles. This legend, which extends from Galata to the Maiden's Tower, is about the tragic love story of two lovers who lost their lives on the way to reunite. Although the stories about the Maiden's Tower are very diverse, they all emphasize how well the tower suits Istanbul. Therefore, we can also count the Maiden's Tower as an answer to the question of where to go in Istanbul. Our fourth address is Galata Tower. Galata is one of the places you want to get lost in while walking around Istanbul. Galata is one of the most beloved neighborhoods of this ancient city where three great empires made their home. While every street in Galata holds a different surprise, Galata Tower welcomes its visitors with all its magnificence. Built by the Genoese in 1348, the tower was known as the Tower of Jesus. In the past, Galata Tower has served different purposes throughout history. It was a prison during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent, and was later used by the Janissary band. It has served as a lighthouse since the 1950s. Galata Tower greets all 7 hills of Istanbul with its height of 61 meters. Our 5th address is Ortaköy. The villages of Istanbul are at least as beautiful as itself. Here, Ortaköy takes its place on the list of the best places to visit in Istanbul with all its beauty. Throughout its history, Ortaköy has sometimes been the center of entertainment for the sultans, but mostly for the public. The magnificent Bosphorus view in Ortaköy doubles the pleasure with cafes adorned with various street delicacies. Ortaköy Mosque and Sultan Palace, which are inseparable parts of Ortaköy, are some of the places that must be seen with their beauty that defies years. Our 6th address is Dolmabahçe Palace and Topkapı Palace. While visiting Istanbul, you always find yourself on a journey into history. So how about taking a magnificent journey into history? Dolmabahçe and Topkapı Palaces, the most real witnesses of the reigns of the sultans and sultans, are a reason in themselves to visit Istanbul. Let's start with Topkapı Palace. Topkapı Palace, commissioned by Fatih Sultan Mehmet, was built between 1460 to 1478. It served as both the home of the Ottoman sultans and the center where they governed the state for nearly 4 centuries. Topkapı Palace is a true masterpiece with its 7 gates and 360 bastions, embracing Hagia Sophia. At the entrance of the main gate of the palace, another masterpiece cools the hearts even with its presence. This is the Sultan Ahmet III fountain. What makes the fountain so special is that it is one of the works of the Tulip era, in addition to its elegant architecture. Topkapı Palace, consisting of many large and small buildings, awaits its visitors as a museum worth seeing with its architecture, gardens, tiles and sacred relics. Dolmabahçe Palace, built by Sultan Abdülmecit, is an important structure that witnessed the last years of the Ottoman Empire and the early days of the Republic. Built in 1856, the palace was built by Garbet and Nikogos Bulyan brothers, famous for their architecture. The interior decoration of Dolmabahçe Palace is adorned with dazzling baccarat and Bohemian crystals, Sevres and Yıldız porcelains and Hurry carpets. Dolmabahçe Palace is famous for its halls as well as the room where Ataturk closed his eyes to life. Our 7th address is the Bosphorus Tour. Next on the list of the 10 best places to visit in Istanbul is the Bosphorus Tour. The Bosphorus is a natural beauty that connects 2 seas and separates 2 continents. The Bosphorus, which rests on 2 shores like a deep blue necklace, is an experience that must be experienced to see Istanbul from a different perspective. There are different options for touring the Bosphorus. The tours organized by Seri Hatları and private tour companies are organized as short and long. The Eminönü Anadolu Kavagi tour is a long tour that lasts about 6 hours. The Eminönü Ortaköy tour lasts 2 hours. There are also moonlight tours as a different option. Bosphorus tours offer the chance to see the historical and natural beauties on both shores of the Bosphorus. You can see Dolmabahçe Palace, Ramilai Hizari, Anadolu Hizari, Sultan Palace, Ortaköy, Kız Kulesi and many other historical places. Our 8th address is the Spice Bazaar and the new mosque. The Spice Bazaar owes its name to the fact that Indian and Far Eastern goods were brought via Egypt. The bazaar, which was built in 1660, still attracts the attention of local and foreign tourists and Istanbulites who want to shop. The Bazaar, which is famous for its herbalists, also sells souvenir foods such as Turkish delight and dried nuts. The streets surrounding the bazaar are full of live flowers, pet food, delicatessen, vegetable and fruit stalls. The new mosque, located right next to the Spice Bazaar, is another must-see in Istanbul. Built in 1591, the new mosque is known as the first large mosque built on the seashore in Istanbul. The new mosque is one of the mosques in Istanbul that stands out with its elegance. It has a decor that invites visitors to peace with its colorful stained glass windows, milky white marble pulpit, mother-of-pearl inlaid pulpit and tiled walls. Our ninth address is Balat. Among the best places to visit in Istanbul, the Balat district, which we have heard about very often in recent years, is next in line. Balat, located between Fener and Avansare, is a multicultural and very colorful place where the Jewish population is also densely populated. Getting lost in the streets of Balat, which has become a popular destination especially for those who love taking photos, is the favorite thing that comes here. Balat tells its visitors that it still maintains its multicultural structure with its mosques, churches and synagogues. Among the places that must be seen when you go to Balat are Arita Synagogue, Sir Prestigab Church, Io Demetrius Kanabu Church, Farah Kathuda Mosque and Hazreti Kabir Mosque. Our 10th address is Taksim Square. It would not be wrong to say that the heart of Turkey is Istanbul and the heart of Istanbul is Taksim. In the list of places to visit in Istanbul, the last place on the list of the 10 best places is Taksim Square, the city center. Taksim Square is one of the most visited places by local and foreign tourists, as well as Istanbulites. Taksim Square takes its name from Taksim Maksemi, where the Galata water is divided. The district, which also includes old houses, was expanded and turned into a square with the erection of the Republic Monument in 1928. One side of the monument, made by Italian sculptor Pietro Canonica, depicts the Republic of Turkey, while the other side depicts the War of Independence. Another important aspect of Taksim Square is that it is at the beginning of Istiklal Avenue, where Istanbul's entertainment, culture, art, and shopping venues are lined up. Taksim Square is one of the must-see places on our list to say that you have seen Istanbul. Yes friends, we have come to the end of one of our videos. You can also write your valuable opinions about this video in the comments section. You can also watch our 3-day trip video in Istanbul and 50 activities to do in Istanbul for free videos on our channel. We would like to thank everyone for their likes and comments in advance, and see you in our next video. Goodbye.